This is Average Joe PT, and today we're going to be talking skully and a little bit about the shoulder blade. So stay tuned. So in the past, Scully and I, we've talked about the shoulder blade before, but you know, there's nothing like going back and getting a little bit of education. And this time around, we're going to talk about what the heck does this thing really do? All right. Like I said, we've talked about this before, haven't we, Scully?
Absolutely, done this before.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this. And so this thing right here, this is on your back side, and you know, they call it a scapula. Funny is it's actually known as a shovel. Kind of looks that way a little bit, doesn't it? So that's what kind of scapula means. Is it means that shovel piece. And so this thing right here is the base for your entire shoulder, elbow, wrist, and hand. And if this does not work right, this shoulder blade or your collarbone, also known as your clavicle, none of this is going to work right. And you also have obviously the ball and socket. Everybody knows the shoulder's a ball and socket, right? That's what they think. It's the shoulder blade, the clavicle or collarbone, and the humerus or ball and socket, however you want to look at it. So those are the real three things that make up your shoulder, also known as
the shoulder girdle complex.
That's right, Scully. Shoulder girdle complex. Now, there's all kinds of injuries that can happen to your shoulder. Everybody always talks about the rotator cuff. That's right, it's not a cup, it's a cuff, C-U-F-F. And so that are the muscles that are on your shoulder blade, on the front side and on the back side. And they all go all the way up and attach to the ball in certain spots that allow your shoulder to rotate out and rotate in. Hence the word rotator cuff. Who would have thought? Is that right, Scully? You don't want to talk? The heck with them. Now, the main one I want to talk about injury-wise for the shoulder is your supraspinatus. Now, what the heck is that? That's the main of the one of the four rotator cuff muscles that allow your shoulder to rotate and kind of lift up a bit. And that's the main one that gets injured. So let's just look at the representation of the pen, which is on the back side here. You can see this is where the muscle goes. It goes all the way through and attaches on that side. And so you can see how if you were to raise your arm up and that was the pinch right here where my finger is at, that would really hurt. So you can get lots of injuries there, pinches, tears. And so when you try and lift up, it's like, ooh, that's usually the supraspinatus. Now, all the other three muscles can be involved, but I would say 9 out of 10 times that supraspinatus tendon is involved. And that what the doctor will do is they'll throw a little shot on the backside, usually a steroid, to try and get that tendon to shrink, and so that the pain goes away when you try and raise your arm over your head. So that's the main one. Now, if you guys have any questions, all right, there are lots of videos in my catalog. If you just go and look under shoulder, you'll see all kinds of exercises and treatments for the rotator cuff. Until next time, Scully and I want to say, look up and keep smiling. Take care, folks.